What's up, you guys? It's Cody. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a review of the goals that I set for myself back in the very beginning of January 2020. Now, it's been almost a year since that time, and I can't believe that we've closed in on that despite everything that we've gone through this year. It's been absolutely crazy. And the purpose of this video is really to look back, for myself, to kind of document this process, because I want to do a review of how this year turned out. I hit some of my goals. I totally failed on some of my other goals, but I just kind of want to share this review. One, to document it for myself. Two, for a little bit of motivation for myself and hopefully some motivation for you. And then three, to show you guys exactly how you can do this as well, to kind of track your progress, right? You always want to be making progress forward, because if you're not growing, then you're dying. So let's just jump right into it. We're going to take a look at some of the goals that I set for myself. I've got it here on my phone. I'm also going to share it with you on the screen as well, so you can kind of follow along with me. So first off, let's take a look at some of the business goals that I set for myself. I had three main business goals that I wanted to hit for the year of 2020. Now, this is before the pandemic. Keep that in mind. This is before everything went crazy, before we knew that the world was going to totally turn upside down, and we were expecting it to be a pretty normal year. So my first business goal was to close 24 real estate transactions. My second one was to grow to 25,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And my third one was to buy 2 more rental properties. So number one, close 24 real estate transactions. Well, thankfully, I'm actually going to close out the year with 26 real estate transactions. So I actually beat that goal by just 2, which is phenomenal for me. That's an average of just over 2 deals per month, which is perfect for me. I actually had a pretty slow year. Starting off the year, I didn't have any closings in January or February. The thing with real estate is it's going to fluctuate, right? Some months you might have like 5, 6, 7, 8 deals. Other months you might not have anything. So for this beginning of the year, I was going through kind of a little bit of a lull going into the very start of January and February of 2020. So I actually didn't close any deals in January or February. I only had 1 closing in March, no closings in April. So I was not off to a good start. The first 4 months, I only had 1 deal. So I was like, crap, I'm really behind here. I really hope things are going to start to take off. And I'm actually going to close out the year with 26 transactions and had an absolutely phenomenal year. Picked up very heavily through the summer and through the fall. And so I'm very grateful for that, and really just excited to see that I did crush that particular goal. All right, so my second business goal that I wanted to hit was to hit 25,000 subscribers in this year. This is something that I thought was possible, and I'm really bummed that I didn't hit it, but I think it's okay. This was the year that I wanted to say, look, I'm going all in on YouTube. I'm going to make this work. I think this is something I can do, and we're going to try to make it work. Well, unfortunately, I didn't see the success on the subscriber side, but I'm still having a ton of fun with it, and I'm going to keep doing it, right? I'm still here. I'm going to stick around for the long term, because I think this is something that I really enjoy and can also be a long-term opportunity for me. So right now we're sitting at about 1,450 subscribers here on this channel at the time of this recording in the middle of December. And who knows? I don't know where I'll be at when by the time you're watching this video, but we're at 1,450 at the time of this filming. I do run another YouTube channel for what it's like to live in my particular area that is actually sitting at about 1,560 subscribers or so. So that one's just barely ahead of this channel. But between the two, only still like 3,000 subscribers. So I unfortunately didn't hit that number, but I'm still doing well, and I'm still pretty happy with the progress that I've made. I've learned a lot, and I've come a long way. And sometimes that's the most important thing, right? The third business goal that I wanted to hit was I wanted to buy 2 more rental properties. I did hit this goal. I did buy 2 rental properties. I thought this was a stretch. At the beginning of the year, it's like, oh, I don't know if this is going to happen. Real estate's getting more expensive. It's hard to build up the money for a down payment on this. I don't know if this is going to happen. Well, thankfully we did. We actually ended up closing on a duplex in August of this year. And then just 2 months later in October, we ended up closing on another duplex. So I was surprised that, it took so long to get that first one under contract. And then I got that one. And then I was like, okay, at least we got 1 for the year. That's kind of my minimum, is at least 1 rental property every single year, so that over the next 15, 20, 30 years, I can have a very nice portfolio built up at the very minimum, just doing 1 deal per year. Well, then just 2 months later after that, I actually ended up finding another deal in a neighborhood where I already own a duplex, and I thought it was a different one than I bought, but I thought, hey, this is a great deal. This is one I need to buy. And so we just jumped in. I didn't know how I was going to make it work, because I just spent all my money on the first one, but was fortunately able enough to have a little bit of leftover savings, and then also had some big closing checks from the real estate business that came in to help pay for the down payment on that second property. Absolutely crushed that goal as well. Super happy with that. Given the fact that I hit 2 out of 3 business goals here, I'm pretty happy with that. YouTube didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to or expected it to, but real estate was better than I expected, and so I'm super happy with that. Next up, let's talk about finances. Okay, so I had a finance goal. My very first one was to make $300,000 in 2020. Again, when I started out the year, I was like, I don't know, this is a pretty big stretch goal. Last year in 2019, I made about $190,000 between my real estate sales and my rental properties. And so I thought, man, 300 is going to be a huge stretch. I finish out the year with these 2 final closings I've got here in the next week or two. I'm actually going to close out the year with $307,000 in net income just from the real estate sales. That's not accounting for anything on YouTube or anything on rental properties or just other side hustles I've had or stocks or options or anything like that. That's strictly just real estate sales. It's been an absolutely phenomenal year. I'm so thankful for all the clients I've had. This has been a long time in the making. I mean, this has been like literally, guys, 6 years of hard work, a lot of nights, a lot of weekends, a lot of deals that never went through, a lot of work that never got paid. And, that's just the reality of being in the sales game is sometimes you're going to put in a lot of time and you're not going to get anything back for it. So I'm super grateful that I've been able to have a absolutely prosperous year and hoping to continue that in 2021. Real quick, I should mention that I'm also going to be making a video for my goals for next year. So if you're kind of interested in that, again, I know this is about me. This video should be about you, but if you're just kind of interested in what I'm doing, I'm making that again to just kind of document my process. So I will be releasing a video outlining my goals for 2021. So just be on the lookout for that. All right. Goal number 2, invest $100,000 into real estate. This is another goal that I did nail. I did knock this out and was super happy to do that. And the third goal, which I should kind of mention just here at the same time, was to keep the savings rate that I had at 35%. So 35% savings rate off of $300,000 meant that I was saving about $100,000, which I absolutely crushed as well. I invested $100,000 into real estate. Between the down payments on both of my properties, I put in about $140,000 to $150,000 into these properties between down payments, closing costs, some repairs, stuff like that. So the whole point of that savings rate of 35% was to then invest that back into real estate. It's not just a savings to just let it sit in the bank or anything like that. It was really to say, look, I need to live below my means. I only want to spend, somewhere between 50 and 60% of my income at the absolute most. And then I want to be able to save and then invest the rest of it back into real estate. So my savings rate overall is actually quite a bit higher. I probably only spend, somewhere between 40 and 45% of my total income. And so I do live pretty frugally based on how much we earn. And that's basically to just continue building this portfolio, to continue stashing away money for retirement, building that cash flow, and building up my portfolio, basically. All right, so moving into some of the relationship goals. Number 1, build a stronger relationship with my wife. Number 2, continue to build my dad's skills. And number 3, strengthen family relationships. This is something that, hey, that first one, build a strong relationship with my wife, absolutely crushed that one. My wife and I have been having the best year that we've ever had. And, I credit that to a lot of hard work. We've gone to therapy. We've gone to counseling. I mean, we've done a lot of things, to be totally honest, a lot has changed in the relationship with my wife. And, some of those things are hard. It's hard to go to therapy. It's hard to go to counseling. It's hard to put in the work and go through a lot of that pain. But, coming out of it, it's like, man, my wife and I are in a really good spot, and I hope to have that continue going forward. So, shout out to her. She's got a YouTube channel. Go check her out if you're interested. Continue to build my dad skills. That was goal number 2. Man, being a dad is the best thing in the world. It's kind of crazy to love a little human that you have never met before, basically, until they're born, and you just love it unconditionally, and you kind of learn how to be a parent, right? So building my dad's skills, I'm definitely getting better at that. I love living in the moment when I'm with my kid, and just looking forward to getting even better at that. And I think that's something I did crush, so I'm really happy with that as well. Strengthen family relationships. This is something I'm kind of like, I could have done better, looking at it. Yeah, I could have done better, but I didn't fail either. This is something where it's like, yeah, I did put in some time. I have made some effort to kind of strengthen some relationships that I have. Given the fact that everybody's kind of been stuck at home, it's been a little bit difficult to actually do that, to get out and see people, to do dinners, to do lunch appointments, coffees, whatever. Like, it's been a little bit more difficult to do that. But, like I said, I could have done better, but I didn't absolutely fail at it. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with that, all things considered. Section number 4. health. Gain weight to 210 pounds. This is something I did hit. I was at 210 pounds earlier in the year, and now I've slimmed back down to get a little bit lower, and I'm sitting right around 200 pounds right now at the middle of December. So I'm super happy with that. It kind of sounds weird, like, wait, your health goal was to gain weight? Yeah, well, it was. I'm big into lifting weights. I like working out, and I wanted to put on some weight. At the beginning of the year, I think I was probably sitting around 190, give or take. So I had to put on 20 pounds, which for some people, it's like, I don't know, they might say, oh, that's easy. But for me, it was actually really difficult just because of how active I am. And so to gain weight to 210 was awesome to hit that goal. And then I've slimmed back down just to kind of keep it back at a weight that I'm more comfortable with. Goal number 2 in health was to squat 400 pounds and bench press 275 pounds. This is something I actually kind of fell short with. Unfortunately, when the gyms closed down, I stopped working out. On my goal to squat 400 pounds, I was squatting about I think my max was about 365. So I did not hit that 400 pound squat, which I'm a little bit bummed about, but it's because the gym shut down and I actually got injured. I actually got super sick for about a month. After I made this goals video, I actually got really, really sick. I had a cold for about a month. And just felt like crap. And then I actually got injured after that and was having some back issues. And so I had to kind of back off on the squats and, working out overall. Then the gym shut down. So it's just kind of like this whole effect where unfortunately I lost a lot of the progress that I'd made. So I did not hit that. But still, 365, pretty happy with that. I hit that at the end of January, give or take. Bench press 275, I did not hit that either. My max on bench press was about 235. Same reasoning there. And health, the third item was to sleep better. This is the Aura ring that I mentioned in the video in the goals little section. This is an Aura ring. It's a sleep tracker that actually tells you how you're sleeping. And this is something that I wear all the time. You'll probably see it in my thumbnails or my videos. I'm always wearing this ring. I don't check the stats as often as I should. And, honestly, my sleeping has been kind of up and down throughout the year. Some days I do really good. Some weeks I do really good. But definitely still a lot of progress to be made on that. All right, and wrapping this up, travel and fun. Travel internationally twice. Unfortunately, we did not get to do that. We did go to Mexico and we did go to San Diego. So despite all of what happened in the world, we weren't able to get out of the country twice. We only went to Mexico. We went to a resort. So it's like, okay, yeah, that counts. But it's just a resort. We've been to Mexico before. So it was still a lot of fun. It was still great to get out. But unfortunately, because everything's been shut down for the last 9 months, basically, we weren't able to get out of the country for the second time. So I hope that in 2021, we can definitely make up for that and do some more traveling internationally. One new hobby was to do Olympic lifting or climbing. Actually, funny enough, Olympic lifting, I got into a little bit until I got that injury. And then it was kind of just like something I did for fun, kind of building up. And then I don't know, I just couldn't get into it as much as I thought I would. Climbing, I'm still enjoying climbing. But again, the climbing gyms were closed. And so I didn't do as much climbing. And actually, I got into golf. So that is an actual new hobby that I'm super obsessed with right now is golfing. I didn't think I would ever get into golf. I didn't anticipate getting into golf. It wasn't something I was really planning on or anything like that. But here we are, right? So kind of surprising that that I ended up getting into golf. I didn't expect that at all. I will say, hey, I knocked that off my goals list. And then number 3 was to continue working and doing real estate. That's exactly where I'm at, guys. I'm doing real estate still. I absolutely love it. Doing real estate on a daily basis, helping a ton of people move here to my local area. That's what my other YouTube channel is for. And so I'm still helping people, make that move here and buy, sell, and invest in real estate. That's my main gig. Even though I do YouTube, even though I do rentals, even though I do all of this other stuff, it's still my main gig to kind of to help people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And absolutely love it. I'm not planning on going anywhere. The income's great. The work is great. I enjoy what I do. It's a lot of fun. So guys, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, hey, thumbs up. I really appreciate the support. I know you don't have to. I know you're spending some of your precious time to actually kind of watch some of my videos and watch a review of where I'm at in my life. Thank you guys so much. Give me a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more. If you want to follow me along in this journey, I talk about all things real estate, money, stocks, life. If you kind of like my style and want to follow along, don't forget to subscribe. And with all that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.